Hello Facebook ads people, I'm Konstantinos, and today we're going to discuss about the ROAS that you should expect from your ads. Okay, so let's analyze it a little bit, because a lot of times I see people saying, and basically the reason that I'm creating this video is because a lot of times I'm getting 2 ROAS, they ask for 3. I get 3 ROAS, they ask for 4. I get 4 ROAS, they ask for 5. Not necessarily the same people, but different people. And we need to discuss a little bit about what makes sense and what doesn't make sense within the Facebook ads platform. I need to explain first of all that the Facebook ads platform is not about having crazy high ROAS, but it's about volume. If you are having very good ROAS, let's say that your break-even ROAS is 3 and you are having 20, that means that you are losing money, and that it's not good, because it means that eventually you're going to start losing also some chunk of the market because you are not scaling from other people that are going to scale into your place and into your niche. What am I watching in a new ad account or in a client that I'm starting with? First of all, I'm watching for proof of concept, but of course, if you're having sales and if something is working, that means that you have proof of concept. Second thing that I'm watching is if the numbers make sense. This is very important, and I'm also trying to see if the person that I'm talking to is delusional or they don't understand that what they're asking, it's not possible to happen. For example, there are a lot of people that they were spoiled before iOS and they were having sales for $5 or $10 cost per purchase in the United States, and they were profitable by just selling items for $20 or $30. This is not the case anymore, unless if you have a product which is all about a super innovative product that nobody else has, and if you're selling this super innovative product, by the way, for $20 or $30, you're doing a mistake. You should sell it for higher. The average order value is very important when you are running ads on Facebook, and you need to have good average order value as long as having some decent break-even ROAS, more closer to 2 or 3 or even 4 if you have very big high average order value. So first thing that I'm asking is, what items are you selling? Okay, are there items that they are selling for $10, $20, $30? What is your profit margin? If your profit margin, for example, is 50%, then 1 divided with 50% means 2 ROAS. 2 ROAS is your break-even ROAS. That means that if you're selling an item for $30 and you are asking for, just for break-even, you're asking for $15, that's a huge mistake, and most probably it's not going to happen. Not because Konstantinos is saying it, but because the CPMs are so high in the United States or other countries that you're not going to be able to have such a low cost per purchase. Of course, there are always exceptions to the rule, and you might have this even in the United States, or you might have, for example, very good results in other countries, in Europe, for example, which is cheaper. I know that there are several people that they advertise in Netherlands, in Germany, in other smaller. German is not so small, but let's say Netherlands, Denmark, Belgium, Switzerland, they advertise there, Italy, and they have very good results. I have talked to them, I have seen their ad accounts, I have consulted them, and I know that you can have these small results. I have clients from Pakistan, India, one client from Iraq, if you're watching high, that they are having very low CPMs over there. Of course, over there they have huge issues with pay on delivery because it's within their culture to have it as an option, and if you don't, people don't order as much. So a lot of things that you see within the ads manager, some people they don't take the order and so on, but every country has its different problems. But I can tell you that over there these numbers are achievable. For example, you can see cost per purchases for $2-3, easily selling shoes for $50 in India or Pakistan. I have done it. For each different case, you might see it from a different perspective. And you might get the numbers that you want. So if you're from India, maybe you can get this, But what I'm trying to say is that when you are watching your ads, and mostly I'm talking about United States, United Kingdom, the big markets, when you're having over there somebody asking you to get a cost per purchase for $10, or £10 just to make some small profit, then you know that it's problematic. So average order value is very important. Having a good pixel is very important, and also having a good funnel which is working, and also having a break-even which makes sense. If you're selling a very cheap item like $20 or $30 item, your average cost per purchase and basically your break-even ROAS, it has to be very low. For example, if you're selling something for $20 or $25, you need to have 80% profit margin, okay? Something like that. But if you're selling something on the range of 40 30, then you cannot just operate with a 50 or 40 or 30% that sometimes I see. And sometimes there are people that they come and they say, but I was profitable before iOS. I was having 30% profit margins. I was doing ads, it was working. Yeah, it's not like this anymore because we had the issue with iOS. We had more people coming advertising after the pandemic. We had all of these different situations over here that changed the game drastically. So it's much more expensive now. And if it used to be working before and it doesn't work now, well, it's not your fault, or maybe it is your fault because you haven't adapted to the situation to change your number and change your profitability and your break-even ROAS and all of that so that you are going to be able to advertise on Facebook. So, what ROAS should I expect from my ads? Given the fact that you're watching that you're having some healthy profit, so your break-even ROAS is not going to be 5 or 6. Okay, I have a client that it's having 5 ROAS on the ads and he's telling me I need 8. Okay. Most probably you are never going to be profitable. Or don't lie to your advertisers saying that you need 8 while you are making money with 5 ROAS and you don't let him spend more so that he can scale the 5 ROAS. Or at least try to see if he can scale while maintaining 5 ROAS. Secondly, don't expect to have such a huge high ROAS and stuff. Just try to see if you can be profitable and try to go for volume. This is what Facebook and Instagram is meant for. And the last thing that I want to actually point out here is that nobody can tell you what the ROAS is going to be before you run any ads. You might not be crazy and you might want $5 cost per purchase and you might get it and you might be, are going to be profitable. Okay, each case is completely different. Whoever is going to tell you, advertiser or someone else, that hey, if we run ads we're going to have 3 ROAS guaranteed, then run away from them because they don't know what they're talking about, and most probably there are people that they have never run ads. For someone like me who is experienced, I have never said to anyone that I expect to get 5 ROAS. Even on other accounts that I manage for 1 year or 2 years, I'm not even giving projectiles for the next month because I know that Facebook is completely unpredictable and you can never know what is going to happen. For example, in October now, in one of the case studies that I showed you for United States with the high ROAS one, I'm having 10 days that I'm having 2 ROAS. Okay, could I predict that? No. Am I doing things to avoid it? Yes. But at the end of the day, I need to tell you that I couldn't predict this in order to just tell to the customer that, look, hey, we're going to have 10 days that are going to be bad. We're going to have to see what is going to happen. No, it's just happening on Facebook and you just try to see what you can do. The same situation is with startups or with companies that they're not startups, but they are not running Facebook ads. You need to run ads and you need to see where you are at, okay? And you need to be able to have the best numbers possible, because if you don't, someone else from the competition is going to have better numbers than you, and then you're not going to be able to advertise while others are going to be, and you're going to care about Facebook and say how bad it is while others are going to be making money by Facebook. The point here is not to blame Facebook. The point here is to try to see how you can join the group of advertisers that they advertise on Facebook and they make money. So, just before you go, the point is not what kind of ROAS you are getting. The point is how much you can scale that and if it's profitable for you and if it has potential to scale. That's all that you need to know. And of course, in order for you to know that, you need to test different things, my strategies, someone else's strategies, everything, in order to see where you are at. And of course, I'm talking about training pixels, because if you don't have a trained pixel, you don't actually know your actual numbers that you are getting until you train your pixel properly. That being said, if you want to learn more, you can check my book, my course, and my website, of course. And until we meet again, guys, be creative and be consistent.